Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So I wanted to do a quick weigh-in on a movie I saw the other day on Amazon Prime, I think, and that is Doom Asylum. It's also got a DVD and a Blu-ray release. The Blu-ray has an American release and a UK release, which is region free, which is a little cheaper. So if this sounds up your alley and you wanted to pick it up, you can pretty much get the American or the UK version, and they're both, I believe, region free. So Doom Asylum kind of popped up on my radar because lately I've been watching a lot of horror films, more like off-color B horror movies or things that aren't, very mainstream. And Doom Asylum popped up. So one morning I woke up early and decided to go down into my basement and give it a watch. And it was just like the perfect setting. It was early in the morning. My wife's asleep. It's still dark outside. Obviously, it's probably like 5, 6 in the morning. I kind of got a blanket over me, and I'm just hanging out with a cup of coffee. And I throw this cheese fest on. Doom Asylum is not a good movie. Most of the movies I watch, I would say, aren't necessarily good in the normal sense. If someone says, "Oh, The Godfather's a good film," or Goodfellas, or Schindler's List, which I think I may have seen once, this isn't that. And I think going into it, you know that. This is in the vein of something like a trauma film, which some of them I do like. I do like some trauma movies. So the movie stars Patty Mullen from Frankenhooker, who I enjoy. Even though her voice really doesn't match her looks, she sounds very, very like New York Italian-y, which is weird. I don't know if she's putting that on really heavily or she's from New York originally, so maybe she just sounds that way. But it's very like, yo, what's going on over here? And it's just strange coming out of such like a normal looking, non-stereotypical looking woman, Italian, kind of New Yorky looking. Anyhow, it also has Kristen, is it Davis from Sex and the City? I know who she is look wise, but she was pretty good in the role. So the movie's about this really skeezy lawyer and his girlfriend who are riding down the road after they won some kind of case and they won all this money and they're drinking and they get into an accident. And the girlfriend dies. This is the very beginning, so I'm really not spoiling much. The girlfriend dies and he ends up in the morgue. And while they're doing, I guess, an autopsy on him, and he's all burnt up and messed up looking, he wakes up and he just starts killing the doctors. He then proceeds to like hang out at this abandoned, I think it's like a sanitarium, and that's like where the hijinks ensues. It's very, very goofy. It's over the top. Some of the kills are cool, gory, but this group of, I guess, high schoolers go to the sanitarium. One of them being Patty Mullen, who plays both the high schooler and the mother, who is the girl who was dating the lawyer. And she's going back there to, I guess, have a party at the, insane asylum because her mother died close by, and she wants to sort of. It's a weird story. She wants to sort of not celebrate her mom's death, but celebrate her mom. So she's going to have a party with her friends nearby at this mental institution that's abandoned, sort of like Night of the Demons-y. They run into some band that's practicing really, really poor music at the sanitarium, and the lawyer, who is like all disfigured and messed up, is like living there, and he starts killing off these kids, not kids, but teenagers, I guess, one by one. As I said, the kills are pretty cool. The guy is really goofy, the main killer, and everything's very silly and over the top. Some things are a little nonsensical and don't make much sense. The acting is all over the place. There's some really, decent acting. There's some really poor acting and stiltedness. But the movie's really fun in kind of in a very cheesy, goofy manner. So if you like trauma films, you'll like this, I think. But if you go in for like a scary horror movie or thought-provoking, probably won't like it. I'm hoping to get like some kind of coupon again in the near future, maybe on eBay or something, to eventually pick this up on Blu-ray. Right now, it's around $14 on eBay with free shipping. It's about 16 to 20 depending on who you buy it from on Amazon. So it's a cool little weird, cheap budget movie. I'm sure the girl from Sex and the City probably doesn't want to talk about it. And I'd say if you like Frankenhooker, because Patty Mullen's in that, and you decided to give this a whirl, you might like it. It's got that cheesiness to it. Probably not as well done or as humorous as Frankenhooker, but it's still pretty fun. So don't say I didn't warn you if you do watch Doom Asylum. Again, it's not a great movie, but it's definitely a fun, cheesy film that is good for a late night viewing with a couple drinks, or in my case, a morning coffee. Sitting around in the dark in the basement, which makes me sound like Mankind from WWF. But either way, I digress. Check out Doom Asylum if you like silly horror movies. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.